So we come to the first Sunday of Lent. How many people are really happy that Lent is here? Just as I suspected. It's a downer. And with good reason, it's a downer. It is a season that begins last Wednesday with the words, "Remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return." That's pretty much a downer. Not meant to lift your spirits. And we keep that spirit up, that spirit of downerness, when we reach today's service and we say, as we did on Ash Wednesday, that litany of penitence, which convicts us so profoundly over and over again on all those little things that we know are true. We don't honor one another in the name of Christ. We don't care about the next generation and about creation and all that stuff that's in there. We certainly don't love our neighbor as ourselves. We are convicted by that litany. And you will notice that at the end of that litany, rather than the priest getting up and giving a pretty straightforward absolution, okay, you're forgiven, it's a little equivocal. It says, well, the minister has power to give you absolution if you really mean it, and doesn't actually pronounce absolution. So we're easing our way into this season, sort of dripping with our smallness and our inability to do anything about it, and our brokenness that is so evident in terms of our character. And then, of course, we get to the Old Testament lesson that we preach. Now, it's important to remember how these things are written. These are all written in retrospect. The Jews of Palestine in the 6th or 7th century before Christ are looking for a way of describing why this is true about human nature. The way we are described in the Litany of Penitence is not new. It is the way humanity has always acted. And those folks are trying to describe it in a way that lets us know why it happened. And they seized on this story about God and creation and the Garden of Eden. And they promise that all will be well that's given to Adam and Eve if they'll just behave themselves and enjoy life in paradise. And they're itchy spirits that won't let them do that, and that pushes the bounds of what they can do, and therefore leads them to do the one thing God told them not to do. And then they are, of course, expelled from the garden. And they are not only expelled from the garden, but women thereafter will have pain in childbirth. And man will spend his life scratching the soil trying to get something to grow. And that's the reality of life. That early Jewish community was trying to describe why that's the way it is. And that's the story they told. So we are at the very beginning of Lent, so convicted about our smallness and about our willfulness and our inability to live in a state of grace, and thereafter to achieve that state of grace ever again. When we hear the gospel, we have to understand and remember that the gospel, too, is written in retrospect. It's not a recording of an event taking place. It is the report of an early community of Christians as they look back through the resurrection to the person of Christ Jesus. So in those early years after the resurrection, all sorts of little communities of Christians began to spring up. And they began to live a life that was different. A life which was marked by the kind of open graciousness to one another that St. Paul calls them to. The kind of community life which is dedicated to worship, but also dedicated to justice and to living together in harmony across all the racial and ethnic lines that divided them. And that in community after community, this was experienced as a divine thing. And it was Christ that made it possible. And the resurrection that arose out of his death. So they looked back through the resurrection to say, how could this be? How could Christ have done this? And they tell the story that they had heard about this encounter with Satan in the wilderness. And how right from the beginning, right after his baptism, he was empowered to resist those temptations, those testings that Satan brought to him. He resisted the power to exalt himself, to proclaim his power, even to the extent of providing bread for the world, even to the extent of being ruler of all those lands that Satan offered him. He resisted that in the name of being true to his calling as a child of God. And now in these early Christian communities, they know they are called as children of God. So they look back to this story as being the thing that defines the moment of hope for them. Because if they can resist temptation, if they can take their baptism as seriously as Christ took his, then the way of hope opens up for them. A way of life. A way which, in some communities, was called the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God was opened up to them by looking back through the resurrection at the person of Christ. And that, of course, is what we're called to do in Lent. We're called to look back at Christ through the lens of the resurrection. These are not, this set of lens is not a rose-colored set of glasses. This is a reality-based lens of new life, new community, new hope because of the resurrection. That's how we're called to look back at Christ in the season of Lent. This week has been a hard week in our lives, in terms of our nation, in terms of the world, in terms of what will come next. The fear and anxiety which we have been holding on to for some time has grown exponentially with the coming of the coronavirus. How are we to live in a time of such fear and anxiety? How are we to live the life Christ lived, when there is so much real reason to be anxious? It seems to me that there are some things that we can do in our spirits to get through this period. One is to keep things in perspective, in divine perspective. To remember the grace of God that has brought us safe this far, as the hymn says. To remember the grace of God that has over and over again in human history brought new life out of moments of death. And maybe done that in your life as well. To remember the broader perspective of God's work in the world and in the universe and in the human race. And bearing that in mind, we can then be attentive to the grace that is at work in this moment. Putting aside to the extent we can, the anxiety about what will happen in the next moment, but to be able to say, by the grace of God, Don is here. By the grace of God, Barbara is here. To be able to see God's grace at work in this very moment. That's how God feeds us constantly. That's how God draws us away from our anxieties and fears. To see that grace alive right now. And the other thing we can do, finally, I think, in Lent, is to draw as near as we can in our own spirits, in our own lives, in whatever way we do it, to the life of Christ. To look at that life through the lens of the resurrection, and to move closer to him in whatever way that is to you. To move closer to the way he lived and to understand that as children of God, Christ is our brother. He is our companion. He is not far removed. The challenges that he faced are the challenges we face. And that if we move closer to him, we will move closer to that kingdom, which is the one that transcends